Product knowledge is such an important part of being a travel agent and a travel agency, is because product knowledge adds expertise to the interaction between you and your customer. And your customer values expertise. It's one of the drivers for them to book with you and to actually come see an agent and an agency. But the issue we have a lot of the time is there's so much product knowledge to learn, is that where do you start? And that's the key question to start with. Where do I start? So increasing your product knowledge based on ROI, based on the return on investment to the business, is really important. And some key tips to narrow that down so you can focus on the chunks of information you need to know that's also going to satisfy your customer and grow your business is really important. We recommend to start with the question, once you have a target audience, to start with this question: what does my target audience want to buy that will also help my business achieve its goals? And then you'll start to select a product type. Now within that product type, then you can ask the question, what brands do I need to know that will cover the majority of those inquiries, those customer inquiries that are going to come to me? And then you can narrow it down even more. The next question is, what information within those brands covers the majority of the customer inquiries that I'm going to get? So you've taken a sea of information and you've reduced it to a lake of information when you say, what does my target audience want to buy that I want to sell? Then you take that lake of information, you reduce it to a pool of information, because then you've asked, what brands cover the majority of the customer inquiries that I potentially could get around this product type? And you take that pool of information and you reduce it to a cup. Because then what you're asking is, what information within the brands covers the majority of the customer inquiries that I'm going to get? And I'll give you a couple of clear examples that we did as an agency. Is that we recognized our target audience wanted to buy river cruising, and that's something we wanted to sell because it also helped achieve our business goals. So we narrowed that sea of information down to learning about river cruising. Then what we did, we had a look at the brands that we needed to know that would cover the majority of that river cruising inquiry. We actually settled on only one brand that would cover a large majority of the inquiries that we could potentially get. Now, we didn't stop there. Within that brand, we thought to ourselves, what information within the brand do we need to know that's going to cover the majority of the inquiry around river cruising for this brand? And we figured out that from river cruising, we reduced it down to one brand, and within that brand, there was a particular itinerary. So it was Europe river cruising we narrowed it down to. Within Europe, Amsterdam, Budapest, and vice versa, covered actually almost 70% of the inquiry that this brand was getting that we could sell. And so what we did, we started there with our product knowledge. We learned about that itinerary and all the byproducts of that. We also learned about the brand as we were learning about the itinerary, and really increased our knowledge to a point where we took our sales of this particular river cruising brand from 300,000 to 1.5 million within 2 years. We 5 times our sales just by focusing our product knowledge on what was going to give us a return on investment. So it's really important to understand that while you could be learning a sea of information, you don't need to. If you base your product knowledge or increasing your product knowledge on ROI, that is the key to saving time and making money along the way, and a lot of satisfied customers. So I would also recommend, when you're getting product updates, because you could fill a whole week with product updates, we know that. But now, when you narrow it down to that, now you start to tailor those product updates to the brands you need to know. And when those reps from those brands come in, you ask them specifically about the information within the brand you need to know. So increasing knowledge based on ROI is not only a time saver, it's a revenue generator, and it's also a customer base builder, because you're selling the things that those customers want to buy. So our recommendation: have a look at the product knowledge that you need to know to sell what you want to sell, and then start to tailor your learning around that and your updates around that so you can get to those business goals quicker.